Ducky Bachelor Hour. I'm Ducky. This is
We should talk about why we haven't done anything.
The first reason was that we were sick as hell.
We got the flu.
The flu.
And we're still dealing with it.
That was awful. We have not stopped coughing.
We didn't have a Valentine's Day either.
But in lieu of that, we also had a minor vacation. We got kind of married. That was time away from this boring middle of The Bachelor.
Boy, that flu didn't help with my memory either, because it was in that flu days. I was really tired earlier today. I don't remember shit from that week. Was that week 3, 4?
Actually, we were able to record. It was week 4 where we got sick.
Oh no, and then the camera took a shit.
And then in an effort to record it, third problem, the SD card that I've been using since 2014 stopped.
I think that's fair. Anyway, week 3 through 5.
We watched
Here we
some
are.
Bachelor.
We watched some Bachelor, and
we are just overflowing with energy
so
and
excited.
information about weeks 3 through 5 of The Bachelor.
Week 3 was eventful.
Week 3 was terrible.
Week 3, they were all terrible. We'll just get into that now.
The preceding weeks weren't awful. It wasn't a slog to watch, which at least we have footage of us watching week 3.
Oh, there we go.
Where I want to die. But after that, it was just mediocre. The first thing that we got to get to is the best group date ever. We're going to the financial expertise date.
Whether it's balancing a checkbook.
Balance is a checkbook anymore.
Who the fuck keeps a checkbook? It's
Who has a
2024.
checkbook? Maybe one of the worst dates we have ever seen.
The dumbest, Grant's all about his money, so he wants to make sure his women know his damn money. So this date was really not related to that at all.
Nope.
But the point was that they had to do this little dumb questionnaire thing, and that was hosted, or I guess judged, by Hannah Berner, comedian.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why I'm here for this date.
We were burned by our lack of knowledge about Hannah Berner.
What did I just say about not being funny?
Hannah Burnson, we don't know who you are also, so nice to meet you.
You know who thought she was funny was Bailey, because Bailey played that game and answered the questions with some humor that won her the most grand bucks for the game.
You're just skipping right through it.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to fucking surge past these awful questions that have nothing to do with relationships.
This is boring.
It turned into them just talking about playing the game, where Bailey's like, I know Hannah Berner really well.
I'm just focused in because
Shut up.
It's Zoe getting pissed because it wasn't some kind of physical challenge, which is all she wanted.
I am trying to stay positive.
Well, let's keep her out of the running at least.
This date just sucked. It's just really frustrating to watch.
The funnest part about it was win tunnel box, where you had to grab all the dollars. That was the best part of that date.
It's like, why are we answering questions if all of a sudden now all it is just grab the money?
They had to make them do something. But yeah, Bailey won the most grand bucks collectively.
It's very important.
Bailey is a beautiful woman.
I think.
Oh, I told you he's all about the fucking looks. I'm not a fan of Grant. They gave him a menu.
They gave her a menu.
Okay, whatever.
Everybody else's Grant bucks were invalid because they did not
fuck
win.
what you did all this time on this stupid fucking date.
Are you having fun?
I'm gonna go to sleep. She got his t-shirt. She brought it back and was like, look, it smells like him. Let's be like high schoolers about it.
What was important was that she wanted to show
She got
Grant
some time with him.
her silly side.
Oh.
She wanted him to know that she's not all the time.
Serious.
She's
Yeah.
not serious.
Yeah.
Bailey, we know.
I'm a very silly person. I had a mini flare.
No shit. This is all you've been
I'd never
this
seen
whole
her
show.
serious side.
Other than last week where she was freaking out, it was the walls were closing around her. But now she's back to being goofy and fun.
I want for him to see me laughy, goofy. I mean, what more can you really want?
Anything else? Parisa got some alone time. Got to do this family game that they play or something, which was called Chubby Bunny. And they just shoved a bunch of fucking marshmallows in their mouth.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Parisa wanted to show her serious side as well.
I think she just wanted to see how much she could fit in her.
It was, I want to show him how silly I am. And you know what's the funniest thing in the world?
It was not.
Stuffing food in her mouth and saying,
It was,
bunny.
it was nauseating, really.
Chubby bunny.
It was a chore to watch, as was this date,
wondering-
as was this episode.
I feel like that was a chore for Grant, and I kind of felt bad for him there.
Are you having fun?
No.
Are you having fun?
No.
And then our favorite, Juliana. We're getting back to her finally. They went a little further, I guess. They expressed feelings mutually. for
Details
each other.
are not something that we have. It was just a cute
This was
moment.
3 weeks ago.
They were flattered by each other, and they just wanted to tell each other that.
They liked each other, and feelings were mutual. We're like, yay, good.
Oh, yeah, great.
Good, she's moving forward.
One step closer to Boston, baby.
What do you want to see in Boston?
It's her stupid family.
Because you went through Boston, like, for a weekend?
It was just her family was so silly and overbearing, and Grant is gonna send her home because of that.
Was she the one that had, like, all
But we
the
don't know
old
what she
people in her family?
Yeah.
Zoe.
Oh, God.
Let's ground. Can we start that with a ground?
I had a great time with all of you guys. I was having the time of their life.
I was not.
Wow, imagine that. Zoe has a breakdown.
Whoa, Zoe having a breakdown.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't believe it.
Because, you know, she's falling behind and everything because she can't physically compete.
Sake. She's crying.
Cry.
Zoe breaks down with Grant because Allie Joe and Serafina, like, said something about her dress being short and slutty or something, and it kind of was. And then Grant was just like...
If being you offends other people, you shouldn't stop.
Be a giant asshole. Just do it.
Hearing that, Zoe's upset.
He's just revving her up.
Well, ladies, you gotta be nice to each other. That's what we did on our season. We were the closest possible.
So dumb.
Can I get the martini?
I don't think you need any more teeny. So then, of course, the night was ruined for just everybody because when they got back to the mansion, they were just all overwhelmed and crying because so much drama apparently happened.
Every girl here is crying.
Why?
Because of what happened at the end of the night.
What?
A lot of them wanted to build this supportive zone back in the house. Like, mainly it was Alex who was very sad
Oh,
because
yeah.
Alex is just
Alex? There's
the most empathetic of everybody.
Oh, Alex?
True.
There's empathy, and then she just would cry before anybody else would cry.
Oh.
It's hard
What?
being in the house today.
Alex just cares so deeply.
Carolina.
You almost did it in order because you forgot to say who got the group date rose. It was Chubby Bunny herself,
Was
Parisa, who got the group date rose. Yep.
Parisa, will you
Okay.
accept this rose?
Yes, it will.
This was stacking on to what began as a very unfortunate episode. The first person who gets a rose is somebody whose connection was there because he thought that Chubby Bunny was so funny.
There had to be something else before that. I don't
Nope.
remember.
There wasn't.
Wow.
There absolutely wasn't. He gave her that rose
Oh my
based
God.
on his vibe with her being funny.
That's a connection if I've ever seen it.
We got the one-on-one with Carolina. Everyone's favorite.
Oh, fantastic.
One villain to the next.
Week of the villains.
The coin was just flipped. We saw a completely different side of her where we were like, wait, she's kind of cool.
I kind of hope she's not an enemy because she just seems too cool. But she is.
I saw right through that. I'm like,
I
no,
mean,
I'm not
no.
forgetting anything.
I didn't say I forgot about it. We just saw a different version of her where we're like, oh.
We saw one-on-one acceptable Carolina.
But it was really timely because when we were in Vegas, we were like, hey, look, there's the Strat. And they just jumped off the Strat. They took a private jet out to Vegas.
Just like we did.
Just like we did, our private jet.
This is actually made of velvet.
She's gotten the fucking best date already. Like, what is this? She sucks.
Oh, and then they made a dumb handshake. I think they were on the plane when they made the handshake or something.
No, they were in their bungee jumping garb.
Oh.
They're kicking each other's
We need
feet.
a-
We learned that Carolina has epilepsy. Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Understandable as to why she hates DJs. Got really close with each other, like, yeah, all right, here's the rose, Carolina. 5 seconds later, she gets to the mansion and starts complaining.
But then I got home such a great time. with
You
someone
gotta
else,
chill.
even if I wish I didn't have that date.
What? Oh, she's pulling what's her
Wow,
name?
yeah, everyone's gonna love you.
She was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. And the girls are like, we'd fucking kill for that date. What are you talking about? You don't know if you're feeling it. Get the fuck out of here then. If you don't like him by this point, get the fuck out.
I'm like about to leave.
You should leave. If you're freaking out this soon.
And thus began an episode in which Carolina continued to just flip and flip and flip and flip
Oh,
and
and
flip.
this just pissed everybody else off.
Everybody already over Carolina.
We've seen like 6 sides of Carolina already.
Yeah, that's
and
why
that's
I'm
why I'm like,
Just go.
no,
You're
you
confusing.
are all over the place.
Clearly got some shit to figure out.
Yep, you have your own life to sort out. You need to want this.
First step is admitting you have a problem.
Here we are sitting watching The Bachelor.
Big old villain, Carolina. Complaining to other people about the status of her one-on-one in which she got a rose.
Ain't had a
Not
good
good.
time.
Unacceptable look. Don't do that.
Oh, we also need to talk about the other one-on-one.
We have an early exit. Well, I would like to apologize for all the things I said. I'm sorry. Beverly got appendicitis, and her one-on-one was canceled, as well as
What bad things did you say about her?
her journey. Big friendo mom. Beverly, you made him feel comfortable. And it's okay. In
It's
the
okay.
end, you've deserved better.
Your
Everybody
health is
deserved
way
better.
more important than this fucking bullshit.
Absolutely. Don't get sick on The Bachelor, or you gone.
Sorry, Beverly. We had something else happen instead.
We had a fun replacement. We had a winners of the group date, miniature group date.
Tiny group date.
Oh, 2 go home, 1 stays.
It's a little cutthroat for
Well,
week 3.
What'd they do on the group date?
the group date was all about the pups. What'd they do? Oh, they just like
Shelter
volunteer.
date?
Yeah, they volunteered at the shelter and worked. That was disgusting. They had to
Sometimes
wash
they
the
do that.
dogs and clean their shit and clean the kennels. Fun date that had to have been.
It looked like Vegas. It looked like Vegas suburbs all of a
South
sudden.
American South.
And then you got Vanderpump at Bellagio, and you're like, well, now,
Oh my god, the Lisa Vanderpump?
Who is it?
No fucking clue.
It's a real pleasure to have you here. It's so
You got so excited. You're like, the Lisa Vanderpump.
And then they went to Vegas for Carolyn. It was all a weird week because it all just kind of.
they shot the fucking episode in Vegas. They stashed the 3 girls in the back of their private jet, sent them out there after Beverly had appendicitis. It was a whole ordeal. Anyway, they're just walking down the street talking about little to nothing. On the date, we had Dina, Latia, and Serafina.
And I guess we should talk about how Latia got some one-on-one time with him.
You've skipped over the fact that we had this extremely lukewarm group date that, not said to anybody, but revealed to us back at the house, was that Dina and Serafina lost. But Latia got the second half of the group date.
I don't remember how that happened.
They just said she won.
It was dinner and Latia got some extra one-on-one time.
What?
So we're back.
What? Why?
It's hard because like after Latia gets.
Wait, did we see that at all?
No!
It's hard to.
Like how?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right, because they just cut an entire thing out, and it was just like boom.
Did they cut out that date?
He just picked Latia, and we're finding this out now.
They FaceTimed her mom.
So glad you were able to call.
I kind of know your
I
daughter.
love you.
Did we reveal our faith yet? No.
Oh no, we didn't do that either.
Nope. I'm just screaming at the screen like, is this gonna work?
Talk about your faith, Latia.
Where are you from?
Where are you from? What are your morals?
Here, like,
What does he have to marry into?
Latia got a rose.
She got a rose.
Yippee.
And that's the rose. The other 2 didn't have an option for the rose.
Great.
Latia does, though.
So they're going home.
Well, we omitted the pool party. We omitted the cocktail party. We're going to prom
We're going to prom.
at the mansion.
Still sucks.
It's just They're still in the
They're
mansion.
just
I
having
love
prom
it.
at the mansion. How fucking cheap.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah.
Nothing's different. It's just
The cocktail party is prom, and we're going to prom because Grant took his basketball career in high school so seriously that he never went to prom.
oh no, poor you, Grant.
Prom was extra fun because we had to bring in the Golden Bachelors.
Golden prom.
We have a gathering of all the girls. What do you think happens? Who's gonna cry?
Back at the house.
Who's crying?
Is it Carolina?
Oh, it was Carolina.
Why, Carolina?
cried.
How could you?
I don't even want to see the Carolina thing. Can we get to a rose ceremony?
I want to see it because it's literally the only thing that's fucking happening.
We've seen some awful drama in our days. We've seen just ridiculous excuses for things to go off the rails. We now enter into one of the worst conversations we've ever seen. Rose has a conversation with Carolina in which she had heard that Grant had told somebody that he was thinking about Rose while he was on top of Carolina at the dancing date of week 2.
Yeah, remember that?
Rose tells Carolina this.
Yeah, so Rose basically went to Carolina and was like, he was thinking about me when he was with you. Well, that didn't really sit well.
No, it didn't sit well with...
Anybody. It didn't sit well with Grant because he's like, that's not true.
How about-
You look like shit.
Yeah, how about with the 50 things that were wrong with this? We've got the person telling the person who the rumor it's about that it happened. Very smart.
Yeah.
That's a good way to go.
Not a good look.
Also, didn't really check her facts. She just kind of heard it.
I don't even think she heard it. She, like, made it up in her head. She's like, sorry, I guess I misunderstood.
In terms of her reaction, I think she did hear it because she had a immense reaction to all this happening. Basically, she goes to Grant and she's like, well, this is what I heard. And Grant's like, why would I say that?
I thought that was something that I heard you say.
Oh my god.
Why would I say that?
She's like, yeah.
She wasn't like, you said that. She was like, I'm sorry. I thought I heard it.
She didn't play it off as well.
It's just, why would you say that to Carolina? That is the last
You don't
person.
piss off, yeah.
That's the last person you should say that to, and it was extremely dumb.
Rose, what did you do? We were in so much shock.
One of our 2 favorite people
Yeah.
has now dumpstered
Yeah.
beyond repair. It turns into this conversation in which Rose is now distraught beyond belief that she's taken speculation to Grant and was wrong. And Carolina's like, what the hell? Which also was handled poorly. She doesn't talk to Rose about it. She goes straight to Grant like, Rose told me that you were thinking about me.
Just like that.
I hate it. It's just so stupid.
Oh, we're gonna keep Rose. She's the enemy now. We flopped. Carolina's the good one, and Rose is the bad.
She's not!
Pretty much summed up week 3.
That happened, and we're more frustrated than ever. The wind has been removed from my sails.
I thought we were gonna get some momentum going.
No.
And then we went to the rose ceremony. He's cutting to 10? Is this season gonna be like 6 weeks? And who did we lose in the rose ceremony?
Cut.
I really am sorry.
I'm not. Get out of the drama. You deserve better.
Get out of this season. It's
free.
not going well.
Move on with your lives.
Because
We lost Bailey. Fair enough.
Oh,
Boo.
Bailey.
Boo.
After she had shown him so many sides.
So much.
Like fun and excited and goofy.
Don't forget about our Instagram.
I did forget about it,
Oh,
which
I
I
did
said
not.
would happen. The show did drop it entirely. Social media manager, who cares? Out the gate.
Yeah.
Because she went from goofy, crazy Instagram lady to, oh God, I have no time, to, it's cool that I
You know
showed
what?
him how goofy I am.
You know what's ironic now? She's probably Instagram famous for all of this anyway, so.
Bailey, thank you for trying. You did a great job with Hannah Burner, who doesn't know why she's here.
Good job. Do you think she got to keep that t-shirt?
Yeah. Oh, I get to remember my ex-boyfriend
Can I have
forever.
your- Can I have your shirt?
Okay.
It smells like. The other one that I was kind of upset with losing was Allie Joe, because we kind of wanted her to go far though. Allie
it-
Joe just got caught up in the wrong drama, I think.
Our villain neutralizer. lost all of her screen time. And then she was just in the background.
She put herself on the back burner. Huh.
She boxed herself out.
Oh, there it is.
When you like want somebody to know you and you just don't really
Well,
give
Grant's
opportunity
shallow
to
and he
show.
sucks, so sorry. We don't like him either.
Chloe, you're right. When you don't get an opportunity to fucking know him because he sends all of you home.
And thanks for a great week of The Bachelor, Grant. That was a fun one for us to watch.
Next week on The Bachelor. Week 4!
This is week 4, and bear with us because we don't remember shit.
Exactly. We started with a date. I have no idea I went on dates. Oh, God.
All I remember is the donkeys.
A fascinating week. Definitely not mundane. Definitely very memorable. Made easier by the fact that we were not sick and our camera did not go out. Unfortunately, week 3 will be the end of all of the reaction footage. Sorry.
For now. Where were we? We finally went international. About fucking time.
We went to Madrid.
That's in Spain. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, who the fuck went on the first date since you definitely looked it up?
I don't know.
We're gonna get through it as quick as we can. Week 4, first one-on-one went to Dina. What happened with Dina?
Dina?
This is Dina.
Oh, fuck off, Dina.
What?
Grant was
What's wrong with
so
Dina?
surprised
She's annoying.
that I asked him to prom. I don't think he expected it. I don't think he expected to.
I don't know. She
be
seems
asked
too
to
dramatic.
prom when he did.
Dina, why are you talking like that?
Speedrun.
We have plenty of hours left in this.
I don't give a shit. I just want to get through week 4 as quick as possible because nothing happened. They did a typical explore the city date.
They explored Madrid like they would if they were on vacation as a couple together. And then they took a little rowboat out for sunset.
You forgot about game of soccer with children.
Oh, they did the soccer game with children. And she kicked their asses.
It was very mean.
And then did the dinner where they really bonded there.
They got connected because she is very smart. And Grant respects how smart she is.
So condescending.
No, she's a very independent
She's
person.
a fucking lawyer. I'd hope she's a little smart.
Yeah, he was very taken aback at the fact that she was
She's
so
independent.
and she spends about half her year on vacation.
Traveling.
He's like, wow,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty cool.
Guess I'm picking you.
Which she did. She got that rose.
She got that rose.
The group date was memorable.
Group date. They opened the group date by riding donkeys through the streets of Madrid. It was very cool. Mostly because Carolina's donkey was a lazy fat fuck and wanted to stay behind the whole time.
Carolina's donkey was cool.
Carolina's donkey, we were rooting for that one.
Brought back that Linda energy.
They delved deep into the culture of Spain. They went to meet Spain's most famous matadora. So the matadoras, and Grant runs around with like a wheelbarrow with a bullhead on it.
Like on a stick.
Yeah.
There's a broom.
Oh, there was one, he was running past somebody and he like stopped and kissed her. Juliana. He was running the wheelbarrow past her and he's just like, ooh, mwah. I've never kissed you.
I felt like I was there. Why haven't we talked about bull riding yet? The challenge was not related to having an actual bull. It was actually bull riding, and whoever could ride the bull the longest would get extra time.
Who got the extra time?
Fucking! We have to talk about strategy, and the main strategy that worked, Alex was like, what? She put her
Oh
arms
yeah, you gotta
around
hook
the-
around
She
the front of the
cheated. I
bull.
think everybody should have been using one hand the whole time anyway. But Alex was like, strategy. And then guess who co-opted her strategy?
Well, it's physical competition. so-
Villain number 2. Fucking Zoe co-opted her strategy and was able to beat her by about 5 seconds. Doesn't matter. Zoe got extra time.
Where they stood on a rooftop and overlooked the city at sunset and toasted champagne to her winning.
And she kind of talked like this about how she feels comfortable with Grant.
The least comfortable sounding. Zoe had extra time. Woohoo. Just what we needed.
Guess who didn't have extra time? Carolina. Guess who complained about it? Carolina.
She's still bitching because she doesn't know.
This was that they're like, Carolina, would you just say something earnest?
that you
for
don't want to
one
be here, or
second.
Yeah.
Instead of complaining about being here and that you're not connected to Grant and you don't have enough time with him when you totally have had more than enough time with him.
She's gotten one-on-one, and people were like, we haven't even got a one-on-one, and you're bitching about it.
It was about
And-
negativity.
Yeah. She was just being negative about literally everything that was
Yeah.
happening. It wasn't good enough for her.
We had little to no cute moments in this group date.
Carolina just causes drama, and Grant is over it, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck all y'all, I'm not giving a rose out on this group date.
Too sad. Tired of staring at Carolina crying, so he's not giving out any roses.
And of course, this just pissed everybody else off, because they're like, she's the reason we're not getting a group rose.
It's the Carolina show,
It's Carolina show.
as always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that group date was fun.
It was a loss.
We did have another one-on-one.
We did? With who?
Serafina?
Oh. We can't tell you what happened. We can't tell you what feelings were advanced. We can't tell you
Something
anything
happened.
because it was Serafina. Get those shoulders up, because we are shrugging. They went bungee jumping
I don't know why we forgot about all that.
because
Yeah.
we don't care.
We don't care. But you know what? Something actually did happen. A lot of tension for me happened on that date.
Because of bungee jumping.
Except it's one of those bungee jumpings where you're like tied in with like nothing and you're jumping like head first and you're like diving. Oh, and it was raining, so it was
Yes.
all slippery. That looked like hell.
Bungee jumping, it was cute. It brought them closer together.
Oh yeah, they were like chest to chest and did their upside down kiss thing.
Spider-Man. Dinner.
Dinner. Had a good talk, I guess. And
They had the greatest talk. She was able to express feelings
mm-hmm.
first, more than anybody has so
shocked
far.
us. I think as much as it probably shocked Grant. Because she said she was falling in love with him.
Wow.
We were like, what the hell? What?
Who are you?
Who are you? What? You're the first?
Yeah, Serafina went for it. We've had extremely middling feelings about her all the way, but, you know,
I don't think he felt as much either.
last week she got to go to that dog date. Now she's on a one-on-one date, and now she's got herself
In love.
some love. We have to finish it.
The date?
Yeah,
What happened on the date?
she got a rose. Date has concluded.
Okay. Oh, we had a cocktail party?
Yeah,
Like a normal one? That
it was
stupid
typical.
golden prom.
There are a few things about this season that didn't happen. Number one, there was no competition in which people went home and didn't go on the extra part of the date. Number two, there was no canceled cocktail party. Number three, it was boring as shit, Grant.
We get to this freaking cocktail party.
The excitement has built from a week that is so jammed-packed
Yeah.
with okay things, in which...
No prom. Thank God.
Not prom, no golden people. What happened was Rose had a nice conversation with Carolina. Carolina, why have you taken up everyone's time? Rose gave the quote of,
You did me dirty.
but also Rose has pushed herself way in the back over this entire series, but also she did herself in by saying stupid,
Yeah.
ridiculous things. It did start with Grant pulling Juliana and being like, hey, we're pretty close. What's your opinion on the Carolina situation? This bitch has been completely pessimistic this whole time. And why does it have to be this way? She just doesn't seem to believe in your guys' connection, and it's really tough on the rest of us who just haven't had enough time.
Carolina was disappointed because he pulled her aside to be like, so it's been going around that you don't have feelings for me. And she's like, who would say that?
I would never say anybody's name about anything, but it's not about that. It's just about the general questioning about feelings, and I definitely feel it. I'm in. We're here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I'm Carolina, and it's important for me to get screen time. Rose took herself out of service early because she was realizing that she had not only pushed herself to the back so aggressively,
She dug herself deep.
she had also dug that hole.
I don't think she was getting out of it at that point.
Yeah.
She was right to leave when she did.
Yeah, they said they were going to move past the drama from week 3 to week
They
4.
weren't moving
It
past
just didn't really matter because it had set her connection back so far with Grant that she kind of understood that they
also-
weren't close anymore anyway.
It also didn't matter because Carolina was involved on the other side of the drama, so...
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep that going.
She fell on her sword, and my bracket did not die. Rose, thank you. We believed in you. Top
Thank you
2.
for your service.
Gone. Week 4 gone. I think we had a rose ceremony in week 4.
Oh, shit. Well, speaking of roses...
Oh my god. Who the heck went home?
Don't
week
know.
4? People who went home had no screen time. Firstly, it was Natalie.
Oh, yeah, that was the bummer.
Upon another week in
She
which
didn't
we
do
watch
anything.
people we like go home.
She didn't do anything in week 3 either.
She did a very limited amount.
She did
of
very
anything.
limited, and we kind of noticed, and we're like, oh no, maybe she'll come back in week 4. We got to the rose ceremony, we're like, wait, oh, there's Natalie. Oh, Natalie didn't do anything.
Well, maybe when we got to the rose ceremony, we were like, you need your time. You didn't have your time. Thank you for your service, Natalie.
Welcome home.
Our other rose ceremony failure was Parisa. After all of that connective tissue with the Chubby Bunny incident,
Chubby Bunny didn't get her that far.
Chubby Bunny did nothing in week 4. Great at standing in group shots where you would see everybody in front of you and it's like, oh look, there's Parisa, I found her.
Mm-hmm.
She's over there. Chubby Bunny. I did not like her exit interview in which she very much more slammed home, my cat loves me, I'll be there for him.
We were not slamming that. We're like, yeah, we get it. We're excited to get home to our cat.
She still seemed a little bit too immature to even get around to marrying Grant in the end.
No, she's in denial.
Not that she would deserve to marry Grant nor anybody. She is now back in Michigan,
Where there's all kinds of boys.
where there's no boys left. We'll see you around, Parisa.
Next week on The Bachelor. Week 5.
We've gone to Edinburgh, Scotland, and we still don't have any reaction footage. I am sorry.
That reaction footage would have been us emotionally drained because we had gotten back from Vegas. We got to see the best of one-on-one with our favorite, Juliana.
I like them all, but whatever.
Juliana is definitely our front runner.
Heck yeah. Juliana, Boston. Get her in there. Got a helicopter ride.
And they went to like this mansion castle thing, and they got dressed up and styled by some famous Scottish styler.
Yeah, no clue. It was fancy.
It was a fancy dress-up date, and she loved it because she liked feeling like a princess. And he was like, I feel like I'm in the Prince and Princess, blah blah blah. Then they went to the typical dinner, and dinner was very good because we already liked Juliana, and she opened up even more. I think she was saying like she basically hides it with being happy and bubbly, but she's got some depression, and I don't remember exactly what, but it was pretty deep, and he was digging it. He's like, yeah, I got some deep shit going on too.
We know with her it was from the cheating, but I don't think she's actually brought that up with him. And she didn't hear either. But she was saying that it didn't matter. She felt connected to Grant.
They both expressed very connective feelings with each other. Group date was fun.
We had Scottish games.
Scottish games.
We're very familiar with Scottish games. We got to see him do a caber toss.
That was fun.
I love throwing a big pole. But they did the festivities. Grant embarrassed himself with some bagpipes. We were having a lot of fun on our date, except for one person who was sitting at a table by herself.
Can you guess who it is?
Who do you think?
Who do you think it is?
It was.
Count
Do you
down.
know who it
You
was?
have 3 seconds to guess. Ready?
Carolina. Carolina's sad because it's just not her kind of thing to be on group dates.
Maybe
Bitch.
if I sit here, he'll see me sitting by myself.
What do you think you're gonna do? You don't get every one-on-one. Sick of people not understanding the format of this show
Well,
and
but
then
she
freaking
got-
out about
She
it.
got that one-on-one of the group date, man. She took that group date.
She got him over there, and then everybody's like, where did he go?
But she was very
Oh,
tactful because he went to her. She was correct. Her ass did not move from the seat. He pulled her and walked her away.
regardless, she pulled him aside, and it started to finally feel like we were having a circular conversation, which is what we've been watching this entire time, is Carolina freaking out, and then he has to make her feel better, and he was finally like, do you want to leave?
That was our nail-biting moment. We're like, yes, 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 it's finally happening. It's finally happening. He's trying to nicely make her leave, and she's just in such an emotional state that she's about to leave, and she even mentioned it.
Yeah.
She was like, I just don't think that I'm made for this. Something along the lines of, yeah, you should leave. Everybody thinks you should leave, including you.
And he's like, I have taken my time to make you feel special outside of the date.
Nothing is good enough.
I have thought about our date. It was meaningful to me. Why isn't it meaningful for you?
Oh, her biggest defense is, yeah, of course I'm gonna have doubts and stuff, because how are you expected to get married to somebody that you've only known for a couple weeks? And then Grant isn't any better, because apparently just making out with her makes her change her mind. And she stays.
She does. We got another group date derailed by Carolina sitting in the corner.
Not a target on her backing out at all.
Nope, nothing bad is going to happen at the night portion of the group date. Anyway, at the night portion of the group date, everybody's like, God damn it, I'm sick and tired of Carolina.
Well, it's mostly because this is the most important period of time to get the most time with him, because this is deciding hometowns.
Yeah.
And none of them got any time because of Carolina taking up all the time, always. I'm trying to
And
recap.
Juliana said that she was falling in love with him. Oh my god, the Bachelor.
He did the typical thing where he's just like, feelings are mutual. I can't say it, but I'm saying it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling me that.
But it's the Bachelor. They gotta do it.
They got
a fence.
I mean, it's happened before.
Yeah, it always goes really well when you tell people that you love them on The Bachelor.
All of them.
We actually had something come up that we didn't talk about. In week 4, Dina came to the defense of Carolina out of nowhere. And I'm going to define it that way. It was pretty shockingly out of nowhere.
She did her lawyery thing, which we were always waiting for. She's like, I see you and I hear you, and I don't think you did anything wrong. And we're like, come on, Dina.
We're like, what?
Dina, what the fuck, Dina?
Dina. And then in week 5, Dina said the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know what? I went to bat for you, and you are not at all reciprocating. Fuck you.
We don't want any allies for Carolina right now.
We got to learn more things about Zoe.
Oh, yeah.
Like how she's feeling inferior because she hasn't had a one-on-one.
She's never had any solo time, which if you'll remember, second week that they all went and played basketball, that was the first one-on-one stealing time away and monopolizing it.
And what about last week, in which we did a Matador date, and she stole Alex's strategy and then won, and then got more extra time.
And she's gonna bitch about not getting a one-on-one.
Zoe and Carolina are one in the same.
Yeah.
They are complaining about everything all the time, even though they suck. So we're going to talk about how Dina and Carolina got into it a little bit, because Carolina didn't defend Dina.
It was the three of them, I think. They were sitting on the couch. It was Dina, Serafina, and then Carolina was across from them. And they were just both kind of looking at Carolina, like, trying to get her to say something. And Carolina was just like, I'll just say what you have to say. And Dina...
And then something very bad happened where...
They just got heated back and forth too much. And Serafina was like, can we all freaking stop with this drama? And that's when Carolina ran upstairs to pout. And Dina was like, no, we're resolving this. And then Carolina was like, I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. I'm not causing anything. And then she went to... Is this annoying yet?
Are you having fun?
No. It just turned into endless attack. And we don't want Carolina on the screen more. But now we've got other people putting her on the screen saying very dumb things about a situation that we understand. It just got sour and unnecessary. To the point where you're agreeing with Carolina, like, this is actually stupid and too much. So what happens is Carolina talks to Grant, and has that common situation where she just goes back on any of the thoughts she has in her head where things are going poorly. And she's like, I'm here for you. I'm discovering everything about you. It's all great. Carolina sucks. We're back to hating her again, whatever. And then she gets back to the couch, and Dina asks how it goes. And she's like, it went as well as
good
possible.
as it was gonna go, yeah.
Which was an honest answer that was fine. And then she got attacked over it.
It was neutral. You could not argue it one way or the other. All she said was it went as good as it could have went. They thought that meant it went either really good or really bad. She didn't mean anything by it.
They immediately assumed that she was lying, and they told her to stop. And we, on the couch, including Carolina, are like,
what the fuck?
It's just not getting resolved. Please stop shouting about this. It's unnecessary. So Carolina became kind of the good guy, and then Dina went to Grant and said, no, Carolina's the worst. That was a summation of their meeting, and then we're like, okay, so Dina's gone, because now she's wasted her important time talking about something else.
Which we call the murder.
And still no Rose.
Thank God.
Our final one-on-one of the show. Latia has gotten a second one-on-one, and then they explored the streets of Edinburgh.
And of course, it was the typical walking through the streets one, where she's like, I'm just on vacation with my boyfriend. It is real life. You are living real life. I know it probably doesn't feel like it, because the hell you're living in, but...
Date went perfectly fine. We got our castle on after that. Castle and castle and castle and castle. Guess what Latia finally did? She opened up about the importance of religion and family in her life.
Mm-hmm. And Grant did what I predicted. He was like, you know what? Love can't stand in the way.
He was extremely chill about it, and
Yeah,
I was
I knew he
completely wrong. This is the couple that is the farthest along in terms of at least feelings.
Juliana.
That's what he said. He was like, I feel the most comfortable with you when I'm with you. He said that about Latia.
Yeah.
So Latia, I think, is finalist lock.
She did also tell cameras off after the date that she was in love with him. So,
She did say that she was in love with him.
And we were like, yeah, we see it.
We felt it. Especially after what she said in terms of how they felt about each other, especially after revealing her Mormon faith.
Because they both said
Immensely.
they wanted to make religion, and they wanted to better themselves, and they wanted to make close, tight-knit family. The foundational things were very spot on.
It was about growth.
Yeah.
And that was good. It was finally nice to see actual character development here in our show.
Someone to root for, I guess.
There was no cocktail party or previous thing because, for God's sakes, we're going into hometown, so he knows how he feels by now. But we're sitting in the rose ceremony, and then we had Carolina pull Dina aside.
While we're waiting for Grant.
But at least it doesn't create extra, oh no, they're pulling Grant aside drama. It was just two people.
It was just the two of them. And Carolina was like, I'm sorry, we used to be friends, and I just want to put all this behind us. And then Dina was stupid and was just like, yeah, that's cool. I'm happy for you. I'm rooting for you. We're like, no, Dina, no.
They're friends again.
Now they're friends.
Yeah, they did.
And then they go back down, and they stand next to each other, and they have like a cute little moment. That'll be fun to watch in 2 minutes.
People went home. In order of shock and surprise. Let's start with Serafina. It was nice that you displayed your feelings, but where's the camera time, hon? You out.
Welcome home. About time, Alex.
That was Alex.
She really didn't get a whole lot of time after, yeah. She
Yeah.
really hung in there for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was nice to see her. Her one-on-one, she was definitely like, you know what, I like him a lot.
I think she was more interested in the girls.
She tried her best, dagnabbit, and her best was pushed to the side for drama, a shoulder to cry on for other people.
Now we have the real shocker.
Carolina went home.
Oh, we finally got rid of Carolina. I wish we had that on camera.
Yeah.
Because we were like, yeah, get rid of her, we don't want to see her anymore. It was so good.
We were able to get rid of one of our villains. Right now our clinger is our plant, Zoe. I think he really took to heart what Dina said. This girl's negative and just not in the right spot. And even with the apology, it's still just too much to deal with.
Well, and he could see it too. He even told her when he pulled her aside off the group date, he's like, yo, go home.
It was every week.
Do you want to go home? You want to go home?
Yeah. Even with him kind of comforting her and being like, no, man, if I didn't believe in you, I wouldn't have you here. It was still kind of distant, and we've done it. Carolina's gone.
Carolina's gone. We're caught up. Week 5's over. We're moving on to hometowns next week. Get to see Boston.
I get to see Boston. We get to see Chicago. Dina's little attorney place. Where's Zoe from?
New Jersey?
Nobody cares. We got Latia. We're going to go meet that
Salt
family. We'll see how that goes.
Grant is the first non-Mormon guy that will be meeting the parents' family. So my prediction is that they're not going to be cool with that.
He's going to keep her. I think Dina's going home.
Yeah.
I think that's the relationship that's probably the farthest behind. Even though Zoe, I don't get it. Next week on The Bachelor.
There's not gonna be a next week. We're done with this dumpster fire.
Thanks for watching. Bye.